Junker the dunk dunk dunk. Okay, I'm back. We will show her voice, or I would show her poem to Monica. Hey again, Nicholas. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going, as long as it's not going bad. I'm happy to help you. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. Give a poem to Monica. Alright. Sounds good. Feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in your recent writing style? I guess so. I can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she's picking up a pen. Who does that too? And when she's talking about literature, like the light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in the head of hers? I hope you didn't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just mean that I wish she didn't end up so much to herself, but still defending her like that. You must be pretty into her. Huh? You're completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? A fictional one, anyway. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. Just a hunch, but... Well, there's not really anything wrong with her. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway. You want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's look at the book. Let's take a look. Save me. Colors that won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, spanning, piercing. Red, green, blue. The RGBs and endless cacophony. Of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop. Violent and radiant waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless... Load me. Even more abstract than the last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you didn't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of love like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how the space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short made it seem like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what that's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling. Sorry, my throat. Or a conversation with the reader. But putting it this way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is that the tip? Is that tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? It's my tip for the day. Thanks for listening. What was in the back of her? That was her hair. I was like, what the heck is that little loop thing in the back behind the picture? That was like a weird like child's like car you can get into and like kick around with your feet like Flintstone style. Ooh. I like this one, Nicholas. It has some nice feelings in it. Ah, I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by the heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Never conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Oh, you want me to write something? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You think more about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. But whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. Sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, that poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. Make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly sweet and poetic. Is it? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Nicholas. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. Secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. Reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. No time to waste. I put it in the bottle and keep it safe. I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle of starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Then comes the bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams, friend after friend, and more bottles deeper and deeper in my fingers, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust on my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like the time lapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friend looked through my locked front door. Finally all done to open up, and in comes my friends. And they come, such a hurry, do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend. Each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling, they're all shouting, pleading something inside my head. Holy crap, Lois. Sir, did you really like that? Write that? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. Point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. I'm pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope to keep it up. Yeah. Writing is the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Zoro's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. Seeing the passion in her eyes made me think it's hard for, Seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be so pessimistic. Natsuki. Well, I can admit that's better than the last one. Let's see that you're putting in some effort. That's good. I still don't like this one at all. Trying too hard to be serious. What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Well, don't even bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Doki stops shouts short of all of a sudden. Don't tell me. Eh? You're not trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? Keep your voice down. You know Yuri would love this kind of this angsty. Because she's a talented writer doesn't mean, I mean, I think I'm in trouble. Somehow struck a nerve though. What I did is beyond me. I'm so done with you. Natsuki shoved his poem I handed her back over to me. Take your stupid poem if you wrote it for someone else. Just don't show it to me. Ouch. What do I get for letting a younger girl step into my business? So I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in the world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't who the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. We only saw Natsuki bounce one time during the poems, so that's my bad. Okay, everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? I had something extra planned for the day, so if everyone could come sit in the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? Not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. Let's end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I didn't really do well with the last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We will need much more than a few decorations. Yuri has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Oh, that's great and all. That doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry, I thought you heard about it yesterday already. We're going to be performing. Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us is going to choose a poem to recite during the event. The cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sarah's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sorry, who's been coloring a poster holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Oh, well, I did. Did you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. Not a bad idea. I didn't sign up for this, you know. No way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayuri. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri had never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. A lot of it asked them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. So kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But, something we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. Start the event and each put on a good performance, and then it will inspire others to do the same. The more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club together today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And it all takes standing in front of a room for 2 minutes to recite a poem. And I know you can do it. Siri looks worried. Guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayuri and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. Just what we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but I think Natsuki doesn't have much of an argument left. Okay, fine. I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Ellipses. Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice. Aha, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. Club is usually going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. Be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. I'm going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monica. It's too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I thought off to help everyone else feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. And let's see, Monica lets do her notebook into a specific poem she has in mind for herself. Stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each of the lines she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something that she's done before, or is it simply natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Siri looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Where did he go next, Sayuri? I'll go next. What? Yuri, what's fired you up all of a sudden? Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Fire, Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes. She starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? Oh, why am I using her voice? As Yuri gets past the first couple lines, her voice changes. almost like what happens when Yuri is absorbed into her books. Quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in the structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into a whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back from the reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. Let me to say the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. Not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applauded, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thanks for sharing. I think Yuri is down for the count. Okay. It says I'm next then. Yuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks into the podium. This one is called My Meadow. Sorry I giggled. Yuri. A lot harder than I thought. How do you guys do it so easily? I want to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out in the best way. The best that way. I see. Okay then. Zero begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sierra's is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. Hearing it come from Sierra's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sierra meant when she said she likes my poems. Like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sierra finishes and we applaud. I did it. Good job, Siri. Even Nicholas liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? Came out nicely, Siri. Atmosphere of the poem fits your style nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. Might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Humph. Don't make me go before Nicholas. Like I can compare to you guys anyway. I believe Nicholas is lower everyone at Sanders a little before I have to go and do it. Natsuki. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. Stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. I'm not exactly confident in my own writing. Hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your confidence in your writing. Something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Bro, I can't anymore. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Humph. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little, enthused, her poem has, I don't know why I thought I knew that. I'm dying. At the wire. 10 or 15 minutes late. It's fine. Alright. She's a little unenthused. Her poem has a rhythm rhyme to it. Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they're balanced up and down as if giving life to a poem. To the poem, Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. Hops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will always be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I thought it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess that's the case. Or I guess in that case, you don't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets. Let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. Doesn't have to be your own. Always pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. Makes me really happy. Ah, yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up. Let's try to recite poems for now, or write poems for now, for tomorrow as well. Sorry. Been working really nicely so far, and I'd like to continue that. For the festival, we'll finish planning it tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's a big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. All right. I'll stand up. Knowing I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Yuri and Monica. I'll do my best to get through it, just for the sake of the club, and impressing Monica, and to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two. Look at you two, always going home together like that. Kind of adorable, isn't it? Eh. Jesus, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. Must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? That's okay, Nicholas, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. Welcome, Sayori once more, even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. Today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day Yuri has to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're not putting me on the spot here. I'll walk you home, Sayori. Come on now, we're neighbors. Really think I would ditch you for Yuri? But she's so beautiful and smart. Geez, I already seen her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I would just ruin that for you. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Nicholas. Think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted to. Sure, I've already made up my mind. I wouldn't care. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? Competition trails off. Kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen at that time? Dun 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 dun. Cage. A captive. Of unending fatality. An extraordinary disarray. Together as a fester of marshmallow disaster. A tenacious bliss. Tenacious inferno of depression. The effulgent promise of infallible horror. Philosophy of parfait leads to death. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. He must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and not picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's the whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. Sounded all a bit like Zuri all of a sudden. Monica, do they really have a fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. Yeah. Not the way you say my name at all. Also, that's a joke and makes no sense in translation. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own events for now. Okay? Uh-huh. Fine, fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's. What's it Yuri's anyway? Excuse me. Where is Sayuri anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayuri sitting at the desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I look over to her. Hey, Sayuri. Wave my hand in front of her face. Eh? Pissing out again. Aha! Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everybody else. Everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? This feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Geez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine. See, Sayuri shows a big bright smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. You say so. I wordily glanced at Sayuri before turning back towards everyone else. Conversation has already dispersed, and everyone back to their usual activities. She asked Monica if she noticed anything about Sayuri recently. As they're preparing for the festival, they might be spending a lot of time together. Timidly approached Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Nicholas, what's up? This might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayuri recently? Anything up with her? What way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayuri, idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind. I'm surprised I'm not the one asking. I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Nicholas. I certainly know her a lot better than I do. She never liked this. Always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. So when did I ask if you knew anything? I'll drop it now. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about her well-being with my club members. The well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? It seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? And then maybe the thing of her mind is you, Nicholas. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, probably shouldn't say too much, but Jerry talks about you more than anything else, you know? Yeah. She's been so happy. She's been so much happier since you joined the club. Like an extra light had turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayuri is always like that. Always been so full of sunshine. I ain't different now, but it always has been. So funny, Nicholas. Have you thought of that? Maybe you're always seeing her as so cheerful because that's just how she is when she's around you. I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. Try to talk to her, so try not to think about it too much for now. Or try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said that, forget about it. I heard no one be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayuri is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayuri and gently talk to her, keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayuri told me not to worry about her, but I have to follow everyone else. Well, hello.
I figured I'd just get here early. I can stay quiet.
Aaron's gonna be 10 minutes late.
Yeah.
Anyway. Alright, well, I'm just gonna keep reading till Aaron gets here.
That's
so.
alright. I'll just mute myself for the time being.
Okay. That's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Luckily, how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. There's nothing I can really do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Yuri's peering at me from over her book. She looks away just as quickly as her flustered look at her face. I realize that she won't be getting anything. I realize that she won't get anything anywhere like this. Never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation in her own accord. So I have no choice but to approach her myself. By now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in one next to her own. Ellipses. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell you were wanting to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How were you even able to tell what I was thinking like that? Well, something that I like to do a lot. So it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you're right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who are willing to share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping those thoughts to themselves. Would you would prefer to share what's on your mind? And I'll be glad to listen. It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seemed a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't really want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh? That's quite romantic. Eh? Sorry. I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that. I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all. Ah, I see. And perhaps it's unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Nicholas, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep within plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. Ah, do you think that there might be something behind it after all? Mm-hmm. Then Sayuri is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too. And I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looks like she was fully occupying her thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori. She really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't really need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. That is, I think that. She would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. Ah, that's not a compliment, is it? This is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah, I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Because before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems as I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Donka donka dunk. Nicholas, your writing has only improved in these last few days. Every poem you've shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious even. I don't think it ever came to me this naturally. Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me, but I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after. Is that so? Yuri gently smiles to herself. This feeling. I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought it would feel like this. I remember you mentioned that yesterday. I can't believe that you're so good at something and you never even shared it with anyone. Kind of a shame. Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice. What do you mean? Well, Yuri smiles sadly. Nicholas, during lunchtime I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing, inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. People you just know would make a really good friend. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day. You know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. People say that about you? I'm not a know-it-all, Nicholas. I'm the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these things, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you. that I really understood what was missing all this time. But I haven't really done anything. No, that's wrong. Just being patient and respectful. That's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person, Nicholas. I speak too slowly. Second guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you're always treating me just like everyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy. I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see you that way, then screw 'em. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends. And I would say I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you? If you put it that way, yeah. We really are friends, aren't we? Yuri puts her head in your hands. Or in her hands. I wouldn't say it weird. But this time, she's smiling as she does it. Do you want to show me your poem? Yeah. I do. Let me get it for you. Ghost Under the Light Part 2. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing in the distance of blue-green light flickens. A lone figure crosses path, the silhouette obstructing the eerie glow. My heart pounds. The silhouette grows closer, closer. I open my umbrella, casting a shadow to shield me from visibility, but I am too late. He steps into the streetlight. I gasp and drop my umbrella. The light flickers. My heart pounds. He raises his arm. Time stops. The only indication of movement is the amber light flickering against my outstretched arm. The flickering light is the rhythm with the pounding in my heart, teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotion. Have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before giving up on understanding? I laugh. Understanding is overrated. I touch his hand. The flickering stops. Ghosts are blue-green. My heart is amber. Finishing the poem, I start to hand it back to Yuri. But instead of taking it from me, she looks away. Do you just like it? No, of course not. I just don't really know how I should respond. Despite Yuri's poem was usually being cryptic, it wasn't hard to figure out what this one was about. I don't know if I'll be able to explain this one. That's fine. I understand this one. Yuri's having an even harder time speaking than usual. Does this one mean a lot to you? Yuri nods. I'm not really good with words, but I'm happy that you shared it with me. So thanks to you. Thank you. And I hope we keep spending time together. Despite my inability to make eye contact, I see a faint smile emerge over Yuri's lips. I once again try to hand her the poem back to her, but instead Yuri gently takes my hands and pushes them back towards me. I hesitate in response to her warm touch. You can. The poem is, once again Yuri falls to form a complete sentence. You mean I can keep it? Yuri nods. I'd love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles as if she doesn't want me to notice. You always make me feel nice. I know I'm not good with people, but hope that I can return the favor sometime. Yeah, don't worry. I think you'll do a great job. Yuri finally turns back towards me. I guess we should move on before Monica says something. I'm sure we can talk again later. Yeah. Hello, Aaron. I'm sure we will. With that, Yuri timidly smiles. How's it going? You ready to do that video game?
I'm ready to do any video game you want.
We're doing Grounded. So we can be grounded.
Sure we're doing Grounded?
Yes.
I mean, I'm down to do Grounded. I just didn't know if we were doing it if Cubby's not here. There. Either
Well,
way.
it's not like he was here the first time either.
You're right. He came literally like an hour before everybody was zonked.
Done. Alright, I will save this game, and I will load up,
And then the very next day he said to me, hey, I wish I came earlier for Grounded because it was very fun. So,
to be fair, he was here on time last week.
I was here on time last week too.
Yes.
I just had to leave for fucking 12 years. Tonight I'm not leaving until probably closer to midnight. 11:45-ish.
Okay. Flash marker and Doki Literature Club.
Because they close at
Plus-
11, but it takes them for fucking